Welcome, everybody, to Heart of the Sea Prologue 2. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day, and I think we will get right into it. Alright, we are here. Now time for some exposition. Folkheim is a frigid and daring place for even those that live on its continent. A large castle peers above the clouds as the island itself resembles that of a large spire, a mountain, if you will. And as each spire, as each of the altitudes move up, there reside small villages that are all under the same domain, under the eyes and watchful force of Ullrson, their one and only king. Folkheim, however, though it may have quite a harsh environment, is strong in its military force and magical prowess. But no lowly mage will ever set foot on Folkheim, because their magic comes from nature and the runes that they craft. This magic is not born, nor is it learned. It is forced. Through these runes, you can have strong barbarians wielding fireballs and dimension doors. Hence why Ullrson has kept his reign for so long. But our story does involve Ullrson. He himself is not the main character of tonight. His secret son, Krajyr Ullrson, is our star.
I guess that's my cue to be here. 'Tis lovely to meet you all, and this journey will hopefully be one of much learning.
Why don't you tell those who may not know of you what you are, what you look like,
Yes,
and your abilities?
I am a dwarf barbarian, and I stand at 4'6", quite stocky, very much resembling my father with his brown hair and beard and mustache, a much younger version, if you will. I do prefer to wield axes as my weapon of choice, and I am here to prove to my father that I can be the barbarian and warrior he does not believe I am.
As you sit there, kind of daydreaming to yourself, in the longhouse. You hear your father scream from the end of the room. Krajyr! Are you daydreaming again? Get over here.
Oh, what could it be now, Father?
I called you here today for one reason. Krajyr, do you know why you're here?
I don't think any of us know why we're here, Father. But do tell.
This is why I am so hard on you. All you ever do is philosophize and twist my words. We are the kingdom of Folkheim. People fear us, and yet you sit here daydreaming. Do you know what happens to a warrior when they daydream? They die. The only time that you have of solace is when you take your last breath. That is a warrior's dream, and you are defiling
Well, it's not
it.
mine!
Not mine. You are next in line for this throne. I am still healthy and ready to fight, but in the time that I am laid to rest, Folkheim will need a leader, and that will be you.
Considering the way you see me now, Father, I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah, I do think you're right about the way I see you. When I was your age, I've already put the giants into my dominion. I rightfully took their heir and their king, slaughtered them, and where are they now but under my thumb? And what do you have to show? Nothing. You fumble over every task I assign you. You fail to bring back food. You can't even wield every possible weapon that we have at our disposal. You tie those axes to you as if they could possibly help you in a fight. But only learning one weapon will not be sufficient enough for Folkheim.
I can't believe you, Father. These axes have helped me through all of my training so far. Have you not seen the progress I've made? No, because you've been cooped up here. You don't give a damn about me.
Krajyr, I care for you more than you could know. And yet you sit here in front of me, judging as if you know what it's like to run such a dominion. You sicken me. Krajyr,
Yes, Father.
I think it's time.
Time for?
If you are not ready to be an heir to this throne, then you will be forgotten. As he says that, guards come in from every entrance. They are all wearing leather, like tight leather gear, and heavy plated armor over top of that. They have wolf, bear, a bunch of variety of skins dressed over top of them, some wearing animal skulls, such as deer. I would say it displeases me to do this, but you must learn the hard way. A trial by fire, if you will. If you cannot survive in a lavish lifestyle such as this, you must live with the wolves and the barbarians. God, send him to Ulbu Isles.
You know what, Father? If this is the last you see of me, you better hope you made your point. But I will be back, and I'll show you that I am worth this throne.
You are not worth the air you breathe. Be gone. I can make another son. Your disappointment. As the guards
I wanna
march
sit
in,
on his feet as I get shoved away.
the guards kind of grab you by your shoulders and kind of drag you back as your father looks down at his feet, scoffs, and kind of kicks his foot into the charcoals in front of him. Krajyr, as you're being like yanked away out of the long hall, you hear your father's voice in the distance. Krajyr, you may see this as abandonment, but I see it as the next step in you becoming a king. And as you're drug out, the snow kind of wails and screams as it pelts you in the face. The storm is roaring outside, and as the guards drag you, you're kind of putting up a small kind of tussle, but eventually the guards throw you into the back of a carriage, and you feel the carriage begin to move.
Where are you taking me?
Quiet. You deserve to be out there with them. And as a white blanket of snow kind of washes over the cart, we fast forward in time to a small village on the Ulbu Isles. You've since made home with the Ullrson tribe. They took you in when you initially got to the Isles. Not by choice, but by you stealing food, and they saw potential in numbers, as there aren't many folk that come out this far from the kingdom. You're taken up by Shanut, the leader, a hellish man covered in scars, who wears only that of a it's almost like a toga, except he doesn't ever put it over his shoulder. It's just the waist. And
God, like a loincloth of
yeah, like a loincloth, but a bit more concealing.
Yeah.
And where we pick up at is you are training with him.
Okay.
As you bear your axes, he bears nothing. Come on, kid. Yeah. You think that's it?
I'll show you what I really have. I would like to swing my freaking axe, big time overhand at him.
Go ahead, give him a swing.
Give him a good little hit here. I do the main button next to the hand axe, right? For
Yep.
the thing.
Yep.
It's,
As you overhand swing your axe, he screams and kind of slaps both hands in front of him as he catches the blade between his fingers, but not without taking a bit of damage. You see some blood run from his palms. And as he claps it and stops your axe in motion, he kind of slaps it to the side, takes a step forward to you, and just gives you a nice gut punch. You're telegraphing your moves too aggressively. An overhand swing is too much for such a small hand axe. You have the mobility, kid, but you're wielding it like a greatsword.
Then what do you expect of me?
I expect you to learn a bit. Take my advice. We come out here every day because I see potential in you. And you need to repay your debt for stealing a bunch of food. And, Shanut doesn't let food go to waste. And when someone else eats it, that's wasteful to me. So,
Alright, Tubby.
ha, Tubby, I have 1% body fat, and I'm Tubby. Yeah. As you guys are brawling, another person from the tribe comes out from one of the small huts. Chinook, cut him a break. Fine, kid. Why don't you sit down for a minute?
Alright.
As he kind of walks over to a small well. It is completely frozen over. There isn't any water in it. We should be back. Yeah, I think we just had a blip in the stream. We should be back. He kind of sits down, kind of kneeling next to the well. Kid, it's been 2 years since you stumbled into our village. And though I won't pry, it baffles me how anybody from Folkheim could make their way down here. This is where the misfits and the misforgotten are left. And I assume you fit into one or two categories.
You could say that, if you so please. My story is not the easiest to tell.
Well, I hope with enough training and enough drilling into that hard skull of yours, you can very well be as strong as me one day.
If I could only be half that. I would just kind of chuckle at him.
Come here. Let me show you something. As he kind of walks over to the statue, peering out to the sea. The statue is that of the very first king of Folkheim. It is a large giant, and at the bottom of the statue, you can see a an insignia of sorts. The name has since been kind of scratched and weathered away with time, but the two, the leftover writing that you do see says, "Our grateful king." Now, kid, this is who you should strive to be. The man that sits in the castle today is nothing but a fraud and a terror to the people of Folkheim. But he, the giants, now they were a force to be reckoned with. They are the legacy we should have. But now we're under the regime of Ullrson and his men. He kind of hawks up a loogie and spits it at the ground, away from the statue, kind of into the water. It sickens me. We as a nation should come together, and all he's done is force us into our own tribes. He only cares about those who reside close to the capital. But down here, we only ever see representation from the capital during the solstice, when we need to trade with other nations. And for the rest of the year, silence and squalor. So,
Sounds like a hell of a king.
he sure was. I wish I was around when he was, but alas, it's been quite some time. And I might look young, but I definitely am not. But enough of my filibustering and yapping. What I want to get at is, I'm hard on you because I think every man has the choice to become something greater. And with enough guidance, they can go beyond greatness and become a king. And as he kind of kneels down, he kind of gets some of the water that's splashed up in the sand. There's a bit of, there's like pockets around in the village where the water kind of washes up and kind of gets stuck like a tide pool. Kind of dips his hand in one and cleans off the lower part of the statue and kind of gives it a nice once over, as the statue is adorned with icicles and heavy snow. Follow me. I have one more thing to show you. As you guys walk down the pier, there's a large pyre that acts as somewhat of a lighthouse. The seas this far out are treacherous. The water around the isle goes from shallow to deep in a second. The sharp, jagged rocks that line the shore are all but a death sentence for those that do not know how to sail such treacherous waters. But during the right time, in the right moment, the seas do calm. Give me a history check.
Right. Say 4.
For
You're
history,
gonna win. Yeah,
Um,
rough and
from being with Chanute with all this time and all of his stories that he kind of drills into every day, you do remember bits and pieces, though you might not remember exact times. The calm waters that he is talking about is the times during the solstice, the summer solstice.
yeah.
It is one of the only times that Folkheim has a sense of calm, a sense of zen, where the waters become that of glass. Very little winds blow, no snow falls. And this is when other nations come and trade with Folkheim. Because as the country may be a very hardened and scary militaristic nation, there are needs and wants that need to be met. So people come and trade various goods and services for other goods and services. A lot of the time, people will come and offer a myriad of food or livestock in return for a member or tribalman from Folkheim to leave and join a crew for the year to pay off for their goods. It's kind of a way for families to be held over for the coming year, while usually the father will leave and pay off the debt that is now owed.
Okay.
And as Chanute kind of looks out into the distance, kid, I don't want you to think you're a burden. I very much enjoy training with you. You keep me on my toes, and I hope you pick up from the strategies and maneuvers that I give to you each day. But we should head in back to the hut, as a harsh storm and blizzard seems to be rolling in very soon.
All right. Lead the way.
As he makes his way down, off in the distance you can hear a light kind of like a roar or a coo. It's a little wow wow. It's that of a polar bear or an Arctic bear maybe for Folkheim. You can hear it off just slightly outside the village.
I wonder what that noise is. You go back to the hut. I'd like to look around out here for a bit.
All right, kid.
Um,
Don't stay out too long. That storm's coming in.
I won't. Alright, I'll kind of work my way off past the hut and go
As
up
you
and out.
make your way through the village, you can see a small Arctic bear, a small cub, all by its lonesome. And just as you see it, the wall of snow begins to pile in. Your vision goes from seeing, 100 feet down to 50, down to 30, down to barely being able to see in front of you. The snow is pelting your face. And in the distance, you can still hear the bear.
Come on, little cub. I know you're there somewhere. I can hear you. Follow the sound of my voice. I'll continue to try and walk through the snow and listen to figure out which direction he's coming from.
As you listen for the cub, you can hear him getting further and further away from the village. Oh. And eventually, a slight reprieve in the storm lets up, and you see an old broken structure. You can't really make out what it used to be, as it's covered in years of snow and ice. As the small cub kind of wanders in aimlessly, still.
Wait, come back.
And for a moment, as you
Continue
speak, the
pacing.
bear kind of turns around. Kind of snarls and snaps in your direction.
Hey, I'm not here to hurt you. Like to. I want to carefully approach him, just very slowly kind of walk in, my hands up and out. Perhaps, let me see.
If you
Could I offer him some rations?
yeah, you can definitely offer him some rations.
Yeah, I would like to do that. I would take one of my rations out of my satch and sort of toss it to the ground in front of me
As you
and
toss it
try and lure him.
in front of you, it kind of approaches cautiously as it grabs the little lump of meat and bread and kind of wanders back as it kind of devours into this piece of meal that it from what it seems like he's kind of wolfing it down. Doesn't seem like he's had food in quite a long time. And as it looks back up at you, it kind of snarls again and kind of backs up some more.
I get it. A little bit shy. We'll take things easy then. I'll just continue to gently kind of walk towards him. It's like asking him, are you trying to take me somewhere? Where are you going? Show
Uh,
me.
as you kind of talk to this animal, it kind of bares its teeth at you and kind of lunges one of its claws at you and runs as it runs up a little flight of steps.
Here we go again. I'll sort of chase him on down. Follow him along. I'll come right to the top of the stairs and
And as you get to the
see the
top of the steps, the bear kind of settles in its place at the top of this pillar and kind of just bares its teeth, but not snarling, not snapping anymore, just cautious.
I'm not here to hurt you, little one. I would like to help. We have a village. You can come back and stay with us. We have food and shelter. And I'll offer him another thing of rations, but this time I'll approach him and try to hand it to him gently. I'll get real closely right here, kind of
As you get close to him,
shove it
give
out.
me an animal handling check.
Alright. Oh, is that a 1? Oh wait, no, that's 20. Okay.
Nice, a nat 20
Alright.
on animal
Nat
handling.
20. Yes, sir.
As you crouch down with the food in the palm of your hand, the bear now understands that you are no threat to it and you're simply offering an aid to it. As it comes closer to you, it kind of gently picks up the food from your hand and just begins to eat.
I would like to go ahead and pet him. Like, hey, little guy, there you go. See, you just needed some food, that's all.
And
If I bring you back to the village with me, I should give you a name, shouldn't I?
as you begin to pet it, kind of puts its head back up to kind of like force your hand to like pet it harder. You know how like animals lift their head up when you're petting them?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of lifts his
Mm-hmm.
head up,
Mm-hmm.
and as you're talking to the bear, a rumble happens under your feet. And from just over the cliffside at the end of this pillar, you see two hands grab the edge. Ooh, coming out this far. My,
And might you be?
I haven't seen anyone for quite a long time. As a large frost giant,
Oh my god!
kind of
Dude's
crawls
enormous.
out from beneath the pillar, kind of peers over the edge at first, and then kind of lifts himself up onto it, and then sits down in kind of a crisscross in front of you. He sits down. My, oh, you have quite a way of words and caringness for the wildlife. A very interesting trait for those that reside on this island. And who might you be?
My name is Krajyr. I come from closer to the kingdom, and I've been, I guess you could say, outcast here.
Oh, Krajyr. I know much more than you are letting on. Krajyr Ullrson, forgotten son of the king.
Well, at least somebody else knows me.
The
Hardly seems as though my father does.
king really doesn't want your name out there, does he?
Not in particular. Guess you could say that it's part of why he brought me here.
Oh, well, your king is a very stubborn and hard-headed man. He... I hope you are better than he is. I can feel, I see the differences between you two. Your father would slaughter this animal in an instant, only to make rations and armor out of it. Yet you extend your hand and nurture the youngling. You see, I am a giant. You must know by now, with your lineage, you sit on a throne of our skulls.
As unfortunate as it is, that I do.
Your father used our powers against us, reversed the runes we had carved, and banished and slaughtered us to the far reaches of our home. I apologize for the lecture and the history lesson. Krajyr, I am Gulbrand the Mighty. Very few of us giant are left, and I hope to live a few more millennia.
Well,
As
it's an
he
honor to meet
extends
you.
his very, very large hand out to you.
I will put my hand out to him for a very firm handshake, and I'll be like,
You kind of
quite the large mitt you've got there.
you kind of grab like his index finger with your full hand and kind of go up and down as he retracts his hand. I appreciate the modesty. But son, you cannot stay here on Folkheim.
But why?
Your compassion, your lineage. Your father would much rather you be dead than to usurp him. Just as we speak, the Ullrson tribe that you once called home is being ravaged. I can sense the vibrations in the ground. Many foot soldiers have come. There is a fight happening.
I was just there.
I think this young one knew what was to be had. Maybe that's what happened to its mother. Maybe it was asking not for help, but a warning.
Oh my gosh. You saved me. And I'll look down at the bear and give him another little pat on the head.
He kind of
Appreciation.
walks around to your side, like rubbing on you like a cat, kind of going around. He kind of goes under your legs and like puts you on top of him for a moment as he kind of like flips you off afterwards and stands in front of you, kind of nuzzles to your side a bit more.
You know what? I think I'll call you Maximus. What a silly little guy.
As it kind of rubs its head on your hand again, giving sort of an approval for his new name.
Oh, there we go.
Maximus. What a wonderful name. But son, Krajyr, I see the light that's in you. I also see a darkness bellowing. You cannot let that darkness become the one that shows. Do not let your name and lineage become who you are. I'm not saying you need to lead Folkheim. I'm saying you need to leave it.
I understand. If one day I can come back and take the throne and make right by this kingdom, it would be an honor to do so and bring the giants back to the kingdom that is truly theirs.
My. I haven't heard speech like this in quite a long time. An Ullrson saying he wants the giants in charge. Now this is music to my ears. Krajyr, you have my word. I will keep your father from ruining this country, and I will hold the forces against him until you are able to take his seat. and lead this nation to a place that it once was.
I will do my best to do right by you.
Here, as a sign of remembrance, please come closer. He kind of leans down in front of you. He plucks a few of his beard hairs out, and he is going to give you a small braid on. I guess you can pick. He's going to give you a braid somewhere.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's put it on my beard.
All right, he's going
Yeah.
to with his very large hands. He's an artist, if you will, at weaving these threads together. As you now have a kind of a whitish gray patch braid coming down from your chin. Please remember me and remember where you came from. Krajyr, the solstice is soon. I hope you take my words and make something great of them. With the solstice upon us, find a vessel and set sail from Folkheim. Start your journey, see the world, and come back with your newfound knowledge, and bring back the glory of Folkheim.
I will do everything in my power. I only hope that when I come back, it won't be too late.
Now, I will go back to hiding in that village of yours. I don't think there's much left of it. If you would like, you can reside here for a moment until those troops have passed. But you must find a vessel and leave. The solstice is tomorrow morning. Or at least the start of it is. Use that as your getaway point. While the seas are calm, you might not know where you're going, but the sea will lead you to where you need to go.
I appreciate the words of wisdom.
Now go, Krajyr, and you as
Going back
well,
over here to the polar bear.
Maximus. You both keep each other safe and find allies and start your new adventure. And as you kind of make your way to the steps, he gives out a nice kind of chuckle as you walk away. Yeah, ha, 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 ha. Farewell, Krajyr and Maximus. Farewell.
I'll keep on walking on down. Is the polar bear is he gonna follow me? You coming, Maximus?
Here, I'll give you control over the bear. There you go. You can move him.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I'll kind of walk on down here back to the slower landing and let him kind of do his thing.
As you make your way down, the giant kind of looks back over the edge, kind of slowly crawls his way down. And as you come back to this small passing over here, there's a big gorge that's covered in ice and snow. And as the giant looks over at you, he winks. And the snow kind of picks back up.
I only hope that we see him again. Before my father can ruin this land.
As you are making your way out, you do hear the crackling and burning of your nearby village. And you can hear off into the distance a few men kind of yelling back and forth between each other. We've got them all! That's everybody in the village! I don't see the boy, though. Last report, he was here. Search the area. He couldn't have got far.
Oh, they're looking for us. I will try and just take cover behind this rock for now. If they're gonna approach me.
As you kind of hunker down behind the rock, the snowstorm kind of kicks back up a bit as the wind howls and the snow pelts on your armor. You can hear off into the distance. Some time has passed. It's probably a few hours now. You can hear the voices of men kind of starting to fade.
I think they've gone. Come on, Max. Let's go see what happened. I'll make my way back around and head back to the village and see what the damage is.
As you're making your way back to the village, you can see bodies of women, children, the many people of the village are all slaughtered. Some of the houses have completely burnt down at this point. And out by the dock, you see Chanute kind of laying back on the rocks next to the statue.
No. Not you. What happened?
There you are. Boy, where did you go?
This polar bear, I heard the sounds of it. It sounded like it was in distress. I followed it and I met this giant. He told me all about my father. He knew me. He knew who I was.
Are you sure you're not dead as well? Most of the giants are dead, if not buried deep under the crust of Folkheim.
You have to believe me. It seemed crazy, I know, but the storm, he came from the gorge and he told me who I was. Nobody knows who I am.
Krajyr, I know. I know who you are.
If you knew all this time, then why pretend as if you didn't?
I didn't want you to fall in line with the Ullrsons like me.
You too?
I'm your brother. When father doesn't see that spark Within us, he casts us away. And I wanted you to be the one that shows him that we, although we were cast away, we can come back and make him eat his words. As blood is kind of pouring out from his abdomen and his mouth.
Yeah. Oh, is that it?
No, he's not dead yet.
Okay. You're saying, I thought he was gonna say something else. Okay. Is there any way I can save you? Let me try and render first aid. Can I
You
can
can
I
do
do something for him?
you can do a medical check, yeah.
Yeah, check medicine. I want to save this dude. He's my brother. Oh God, he's dead. I rolled a 2.
That's all right. As you begin to check him
I think he
and
was dead
start to get
anyway.
your hands dirty, you can see that the gouge in his skin goes far beneath. You can almost see his organs barely being held in. The only reason he hasn't died yet is by keeping his body upright on the statue. It's keeping his innards from spilling out. He's kind of just laying in a limbo state. Krajyr, you need to leave. The solstice, the storm should let up any time now, and when it does, there's a ship. There's a ship hidden just outside the village. If the gods hadn't destroyed it, and I sure hope that they didn't, you take that and you row. You row until your arms are bleeding, until your calluses have calluses. Yeah. And you leave. Let father believe we're dead. And make the Ullrson name mean something. Because of now, it is a tarnished legacy of tyranny and breaking the fourth wall. I don't know what killing your own kids. There's patricide. There's fucking matricide. I don't know what it's called when you kill off your own kids, but that's what he's doing. Kidicide,
Yeah,
I guess.
kid aside.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
doing that shit where spiders eat their children.
Basically,
Nah.
and you make our name mean something. Now go. There should be enough rations on the boat to last quite a long voyage. With the right currents, you should be fine.
I won't forget you, brother. I will make right by our name. And when I am done, I will come back and I will show father what we are really worth. What our name means.
As he kind of
Oh.
reaches out, he grabs your bloodied hand, and he looks at you, and he looks like he's about to say something, and just as that happens, light fades from his eyes, his grip on your hand weakens, and it just falls to the side of him.
I will never forget you, brother. Come on, Maximus. I guess we should try to get some rest so we can set sail tomorrow. I'll see if I can find one of the cabins or huts that's not too horrible and try and hunker down for the night.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Also, shout out Jelly Be Good for the tier 1 sub for 12 months. We got the 1 year streak.
Jelly be good. Let's
Let's
go,
go.
buddy.
Also,
GG's.
it's called filicide when you kill your own kids. Thank you. Thank
Phyllis.
you.
Ah, yeah. There we go. Hell yeah.
Yeah, as you look through the village, some of the huts, they didn't completely burn down, but it's definitely not the ideal home. As you find one that is kind of in the best condition, or just a really, 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 really late term abortion. Yeah, that's true.
God damn. Post womb, you know,
Post
coat
womb
hanger.
termination.
Long as you end it with a coat hanger, it's fine. Same thing.
up up to the 63rd trimester.
Jesus.
Oh, that's good. As you find one of the huts, you kind of hunker down for a bit, but you rest with unease as the guards could be back at any moment to re-sweep the area. You get a light rest, maybe 3 to 4 hours before the howling of the snow subsides, and you're awoken by Maximus. He kind of nudges your hand as you lay there.
Ah, the weather seems to have died down. I think it is our time to go.
As he
Oh,
nudges you, he kind of looks out to the outside, and for the first time in many years, you can see the blue sky as the storms of snow and hail have stopped, but just for a short moment.
we've got to go now while we have our chance. Come on, let's find this boat. I'll go to the pier and try and find the boat's intact and see which one has been
As
taken.
you look around, you can see that most of the boats have been firebombed. Some of them are kind of just barely floating. They're only above water because they're tied to a post on the dock. But out in the distance, you can see just the tip of a small rowboat hanging out of a crumbled building.
That has to be the one he's talking about. Let's go. I'm gonna kind of walk the docks. I'm assuming you're talking about the one that's over there.
And as you
Okay.
eventually make it to the boat, you kind of uncover some of the debris on top of it, and you see a cloth draped over it. And as you peer under it, there's a pack of rations, probably about a week or so worth of food and water, and a single oar.
I guess we'll have to make do. Hopefully this is enough to get us to land. Come on, Maximus. Let's go. I'll hop on the boat
And as you
start paddling.
get onto the boat, you can see out in the distance a sheet of glass. The water is so still it's eerie. The island knows nothing but turmoil and destruction. And for just this moment, Folkheim seems at peace. And as you row away, you can feel the currents begin to shift and drag under your boat. And as you push with your oar, Maximus kind of snuggles up under your feet. And as you row into the distance, you kind of peer back at the island occasionally. as it gets smaller and smaller in the distance until eventually the fog rolls in, some snow begins to fall, just very lightly begins to fall and hit your face. You can no longer see the island you called home, and as you look out into the horizon, the call of the sea is what leads you now. You don't know where you'll end up, but you know that it will be the start of something new. And that concludes Prologue 2, Krajyr Ullrson. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And
That was fun, man.
come back tomorrow for Prologue 3.